today about witnesses and prosecutors had temporarily been placed on hold 9 days prior. Trump has been fined twice for violating gag orders over the duration of this case, resulting in $15,000 worth of fines.
Former Vice President Mike Pence has decided to drop his candidacy for the Republican nominee in the 2024 presidential race. After struggling to raise campaign funding and gain public support, this announcement was made at the Republican Jewish Coalition's annual leadership summit this past weekend. Pence said he recognized it was not his time and has no regrets. Pence's former superior, President Donald Trump, currently has a sizable lead in the polls while Pence struggled to gain traction. Notably, Pence did not endorse any other presidential hopefuls, and this brings the GOP field down to 9 candidates. Former President Trump retains an overwhelming lead over the field.
The House of Representatives finally has a speaker after the ousting of Kevin McCarthy a few weeks ago. Representative Mike Johnson of Louisiana, Republicans' 4th nomination, won support from both mainstream and conservative Republicans, securing enough votes to take the speaker's gavel. The final vote was 220 to 209, and this puts Johnson, a 51-year-old Louisiana lawyer, second in line to the presidency. He took office in 2017 and voiced support for President Trump's false 2020 election claims and has voted against abortion rights and gay marriage protections. His ascension to the speakership marks the end of 3 weeks without the House Speaker. By now, I'm sure we're all well familiar with AI and how quickly it's spreading and continuing to develop across the world. The U.S. just signed its first executive order on AI, outlining a strategy on how we are able to keep it ethical and regulated. This is big news from the White House for the future of AI. Now, what do you think about AI? Is this something that scares you? What do you think about the future of it? Tell me your thoughts.
Okay, so I think there are definitely good aspects to it. I think when I'm studying and I'm using like a ChatGPT type of thing, I feel like it really opens me up to things that maybe weren't in my notes, and it helps me get a little clarity on things. But there are definitely scarier sides of it. I've seen a lot on social media about AI impersonating music artists and, you know, releasing random songs with the voices of popular artists like Drake, Ariana Grande, and I think that's a little scary, but I think there's definitely both sides of it.
Yeah, agreed. I think it is a little bit scary. You know, we don't know the future and how far it could come. It seems like it's progressed really quickly, so hopefully, you know, these restrictions are a good thing and able to keep everything in check.
Still going through COVID brain fog, researchers at the University of Pennsylvania may have found a solution. Patients experiencing COVID brain fog may have a viral reservoir in their gut that impairs the absorption of tryptophan, a neurotransmitter responsible for telling the body when to make serotonin. Serotonin is important for communication between nerves all across the brain, including the hippocampus.
Low levels of serotonin impair this communication, leading to memory loss, brain fog, and fatigue. COVID brain fog was resolved in a lab mice after being given Prozac, a medication which increases serotonin, usually prescribed for those with depression. Currently, the researchers are still waiting for permission to conduct human clinical trials. This can be, you know, this is actually pretty exciting thing. What do you think about it?
I definitely think a step in the right direction is definitely to help this brain fog. I know I've experienced it.
Yeah.
I feel like the concept of rotting in bed has been very big, especially since the pandemic. I know it's definitely kept me very lazy and from doing things, going out and interacting. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. I think I've probably definitely experienced it a time or two, so I'm excited that they're starting to take some initiatives to help us out with that, so that's great.
Have you been feeling extra chilly lately? Well, you're not alone, as a cold front has headed over Austin this week. This morning, much of Austin and central Texas remains under a freeze warning until 10 a.m. We've all been bundled up and clearly getting a sneak peek for the weather that will come in later months. This was the coldest Halloween that Austin has seen in a while. The lowest temperature of the week is this morning. Can you believe it? 38 degrees right now. We were just in t-shirts, but now I guess it's time to bring out the winter gear. So, do you like the cold weather? Is it not for you?
No, definitely, as a native Texan, it's not my thing, but I appreciate a little bit of change because it does get pretty hot sometimes, so I feel like for me, the first week or two of the cold, I'm like, yes, holiday season, Christmas time, but I think it gets old fast. What about you? I know you're not from Texas, so.
It was on Monday. I had spoken to my mom and I was talking to her about how cold it was. I was like, it's 40 degrees. And when she had told me that it was about 60 degrees, 20 degrees warmer in New York, I was so upset. Like, I will take warm weather, even though I'm used to the cold, over the cold weather any day.
Okay, fair.
Coming up next, Kendall will be joining us to give the weather rundown, and we will give you a look into UT sports updates for this week. Stick with us on this Wednesday morning here at Good Morning Longhorns.
Thanks, Macy. For the weather this morning, we have
Welcome back to Good Morning Longhorns. Let's take a look at weather. Joining us on set is Kendall Washington. What's the weather looking like, Kendall?
Thanks, Macy. Now that we are in the midst of fall, Mother Nature decided to shake things up a bit. Earlier this week, we experienced a forecast in the low 40s, but today it is going to heat back up with a high of 64. This week, we will be experiencing a combination of temperatures, varying between 60 and 85 degrees. The sun is going to slowly begin to fade as the clouds will take over and winds will be moving at 10 miles per hour. But no need to fear, cute fall outfits are still here. Have a great week. I'm Kendall Washington in the Weather Center, and back to you.
Today is Dia de los Muertos, also known as Day of the Dead. This celebration honors the dead with festivities filled with color, music, and food. UT is getting it on this celebration tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. at the WCP Ballroom, where they'll provide traditional comfort, food, and games.
Jumping over to the Vatican now, a meeting convened by Pope Francis over the future of the Roman Catholic Church ended in a victory for women last week. The Synod of Synodality is a meeting designed for church leaders to vote on new precedents for the church, and it was the first time women voted. The final summary stated women should, quote, have more responsibilities and more say in the workings of the church. However, the role of female deacons and LGBTQ plus topics were not included in the final summary of the Synod.
This week in sports around UT Austin, Coach Rodney Terry led the men's basketball team to victory against St. Edward Hilltoppers in the team's first exhibition game of the season. Longhorn fans gathered to watch the fresh new team play at their first game of the season at Moody Center with the hope that the team can make it far into March.
Start talking.
Hi,
Both of you. Test. Keep talking. Just keep talking. Just keep talking.
Okay. They said move the mic to the phone. Yeah, you can. Sorry.
In front of the flowers.
Okay, ooh,
Love it.
that's such a pretty look.
Talk.
All right. Hello.
You have a minute, 20.
Speaking, testing.
Talk about your favorite coffee and what your order is.
Oh, we had just talked about this. I don't drink coffee.
Oh. Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Project more.
My personal favorite coffee is the white grande white mocha at Starbucks with 2 pumps of hazelnut and cold foam and
Great.
Yeah, no, finish your drink, yeah.
Wait, yeah, but
a little bit of
20 seconds.
caramel
we
syrup.
Get down.
We're going
I do
into
not drink coffee
Matthew's
once
here
again.
on the reopen.
Should I take off my? Just leave it.
Just leave.
Okay.
It's actually going pretty well other than that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Honestly, yeah, it's
Bring
been
it
pretty smooth.
Wait, so like white mocha, 2 pumps of
2 pumps of hazelnut,
Cold
and then
foam?
I sometimes do the cold foam. I sometimes don't. But the caramel syrup, and it's so good. It doesn't taste like.
Going to Starbucks.
7, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Welcome back to Good Morning Longhorns.
Friends star Matthew Perry tragically dies at 54. The actor was nominated for an Emmy Award for his role as Chandler Bing, the sarcastic but lovable personality in the show Friends. The show ran for 10 seasons during 1994 to 2004, telling the story of a group in 6 friends living in New York City. Perry was also fiercely devoted to helping others recover from addiction and even turned his beach house in Malibu into a home to help men get sober. Perry was found dead Saturday at his Los Angeles home, and the cause of death was listed as deferred by the Los Angeles Medical Examiner, indicating that an additional investigation is required. Did you watch Friends?
No.
That's okay.
So
That's
embarrassing.
okay.
I wasn't a fan of it, but I know he was in 17 again, which was a really good movie. I love that movie.
Yeah.
But I watched a couple of episodes. I mean, I know a lot of my friends loved him. It was like
Yeah.
a lot of their favorite characters. Did you?
Yes, I did. I've also seen 17 again. All I know is that he was truly talented, and not only that, but he did lots of philanthropic efforts, so it's truly a really sad loss, and I know a lot of people are grieving. But
Absolutely. Well, Swifties' antics are still up with the recent re-release of Taylor Swift's Grammy Award-winning album, 1989. Swift has been re-releasing her first 6 albums to regain ownership of her music. Fans around the world watched the clock with bated breath late Thursday night for the album to drop, eager to hear the updated sounds from the first 16 songs, including Blank Space, Wildest Dreams, and Shake It Off, as well as the 5 new tracks from the vault. Swift announced the release date back in August during her last performance of the first leg of her Eras tour. Fans are still looking for hints as to when she will be dropping her last 2 albums, Reputation and her self-titled album, Taylor Swift. So did you listen to the album?
yes, I did. I love listening to all the Taylor Swift re-releases. It puts me back in the era that I was in when they released. It's awesome, and I especially love hearing the From the Vault songs. It's super awesome.
No, yeah, I definitely loved her vault tracks. They were really good. And it was just nice to hear the album all over again in like a fresh new voice. Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's super exciting. The highly anticipated Five Nights at Freddy's movie was a smashing box office success on its opening weekend. The movie grossed $80 million in the US and $52.6 million internationally. Five Nights at Freddy's claimed many titles, such as the largest horror opening in 2023 and the highest North American opening for a PG-13 horror movie since The Mummy Returns in 2001. You can now see the film in theaters and streaming on Peacock. Did you ever play the game, or have you seen the movie?
I have not. A lot of my friends really want to go.
Yeah.
And they really come, but I don't do horror movies.
Oh, so
Even
fair.
though I'm sure it's probably
Yeah.
not the worst horror movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit of like a scaredy cat.
No,
I don't
that's-
think I
that's
can do it.
fine.
What about you?
I haven't played it, but I've seen a lot of people on TikTok doing like SFX and makeup looks, like
Yes.
recreating the characters. and
I've
I
seen
think
that
that's
too.
So cool. So maybe I will see it. I don't know.
We're still thinking about the incredible Austin City Limits Music Festival earlier this month. While at ACL, our reporters Sophia Kurtz and Paulina Pearson chatted with a few of the artists who performed to get you the inside scoop on their music.
Hey TSTV News.
Hey TSTV News.
It's Paulina. We are here at ACL.
I'm Sophia Kurtz. We're at ACL Weekend 2 and we're going to interview some artists today.
I'm Emlyn.
Corey Kent. What's up, y'all?
Karuk.
Quarters of change. My name's Attila. My name is Ben. Ben.
I'm Jasper.
We just performed. It was really good. It was a lot of fun. I love Austin. Yeah, we've been waiting to play a festival a long time, and we were just in Austin.
This is a legendary festival.
Well, how does it feel to be playing a legendary festival?
Legendary. Today's set was fucking rocking. A lot of our heaviest stuff, our exciting stuff, but we have an eclectic range.
I usually walk around the stage like that.
He had a lot of room to play. He was in the rafters at one point, if you saw that.
You are the first boy band I've interviewed.
Hell yeah.
Is that what we are to you?
Yes. How would you classify?
Are we a boy band or are we a band of boys?
A man band.
Youth. We're boys. I'm 23. I am at least like approaching, like, not man, but like semi-adult. Yeah. I just want to be taken seriously.
We're all from New York City, and we met long before this band started. We were just like friends in elementary school, middle school. The city, New York City, is very connected in that way, and yeah, we're super lucky.
I'm from New York originally, actually.
Yeah?
Oh, where in New York?
Nowhere interesting. I'm from Long Island.
Yeah, that is super not interesting.
Yeah. But when I was 10, I moved to London. My mom's from Australia and my dad's Greek, so I have 4 passports.
Where's the fourth one?
So Greece, Australia, UK, US.
I can't count. Okay.
You guys are musicians, not mathematicians.
Correct.
Oh my god, I was so bad at math.
There's a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4.
Leave me in math class. I'd be the
good at math. But we would ditch math a lot to play music.
Next interview, we're just gonna write down equations for you guys to figure out and rank you guys on how fast you could complete them.
I'll win.
What has inspired you guys to pursue a career in music? I'll ask you guys individually, so.
The fact that I'm so bad at math. I think I've always just loved music, and it feels like I can make a career out of it with these guys, so that's what's inspiring about it for me.
To avenge my father's death.
Texas.
Okay, great. So Polito's gonna ask you guys some questions.
Check.
Thanks for mic checking. What is like y'all's biggest like musical inspiration, do you think, or who?
I love the Police.
Matt and I both love Jeff Buckley a lot.
Oh, yeah.
One last thing, could y'all do a little hook'em for UT like this? It's like the rock. Yeah, no, touch the thumb. You gotta touch the thumb. Yeah. No, no. Horns up. Up. Yay.
Hook 'em.
University of Texas. Yay. Okay, thank you guys so much.
Coming up next, we're breaking down our favorite celebrity Halloween costumes from this weekend. Stay tuned for more on Good Morning Longhorns after the break.
Welcome back to Good Morning Longhorns.
On this week's edition of Around Austin, we have lots of super exciting events taking place at the Moody Center. If you're into acoustic rock, head on over to see John Mayer perform at Solo Event tonight at 7:30 p.m. In sports news, Texas women's basketball will be facing off against Midwestern State tomorrow night. Come out and support your Lady Longhorns as they hopefully take home a win.
Getting in the spirit of the holiday season just around the corner, we have a Dia de los Muertos celebration taking place on our very own campus. The event will take place in the WCP Ballroom tomorrow night from 6 to 8 p.m. There will be free food, performances, and community ofrenda. The event is free and is sure to be a good time. That's all for Around Austin this week. From Barbie to the Flintstones, this year's celebrities did not let this spooky season pass by without showing their best looks. We at Good Morning Longhorns took it upon ourselves to party our way through Halloween's most exclusive looks.
Paris Hilton kicked off the weekend by dressing as Britney Spears' iconic blue flight attendant look from the hit Toxic music video. Demi Lovato stepped back into her Disney days dressing as Snow White, and Justin and Hailey Bieber channeled the Flintstones wearing costumes inspired by Pebbles, Flintstone, and Bam Bam Rubble. The costumes even kept the costumes going with Justin as a scuba diver and Hailey as a vampire. There were some pretty good looks.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's actually really funny. I think that Paris Hilton wasn't the only celebrity that dressed up as Britney Spears.
Yes, there was multiple. I saw that.
It's really popular. I've seen a lot of people I saw on Halloween dressed up as Britney Spears, also as Snow White. I think probably the most original of the three would have to be Justin and Hailey Bieber. I think the Flintstone costume's actually really cute.
Yeah, it was so good. I loved it.
I mean, the diver costume for Justin Bieber seemed a little lazy to me, I'm gonna be honest.
Maybe a last minute throw together.
Because it seemed like he kind of just threw on like scuba clothes and was like, I'm out, that's it.
Yeah, but it works, it works.
Kelsey Ballerini kept it fresh, dressing as Margot Robbie's Cowgirl Barbie. Kourtney Kardashian even recreated sister Kim Kardashian's look from the 2013 Met Gala. Oh my god, the Barbie costumes were so popular.
Yes, yeah, they were. I know also, I expected just like not even celebrity world, but like college campuses to see a lot more Barbie looks. I actually didn't see too many.
Oh, I know. Everyone was probably like, everyone's gonna do this costume, and then ended up not doing it. But the Cowgirl Barbie look I've seen, it was a lot of looks from the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
So I had seen that, and I think that Chloe dressing up as Kim is actually very funny.
Yes.
Because I know if you haven't seen a lot on social media and on their new Kardashian reality TV show, I know they've been feuding a lot.
Yes, Kourtney. Yes. And she's pregnant, so she did the Kim Kardashian pregnant Met Gala look. It was awesome.
Maybe this is a way of saying they're on good terms.
Maybe.
I hope so.
So those were all amazing costumes, but I have to say my all-time favorite from this year was Drew Barrymore's Bob Ross costume. It was pretty unmatched. I loved it. I just love seeing a good Bob Ross. I know Euphoria did that. Just paying tribute to him. He's awesome. So
I loved her costume. I definitely also enjoy like some less serious costumes, like as you said with Bob Ross. I feel like when they have fun with it and they're not super serious in like the crazy costumes. Yeah. My favorite costume was Ginny and Georgia's Brienne Howie. She dressed up as Nicole Kidman from the iconic AMC commercial. I think the idea was really funny and creative. And on another note, I know Heidi Klum is known as the Queen of Halloween.
Right.
And finally, last night, she showed everyone her costume that she's been planning. I know she's done elaborate costumes in the past. This was really interesting. It was a peacock, and there was her. She was dressed up in like all blue like a peacock. You couldn't see her face. She was wearing like a beak, everything. And she had people dress up as her feathers, and someone dressed up as an egg. And I saw there was this video of them on the red carpet, and it was like all of them moving around to like make the shape of a peacock. And while I think it was probably the silliest thing I've ever seen, it was a great costume. She did not disappoint.
She never does.
She told us she's already thinking ahead to next year.
Yeah.
And is there any other costumes you found quite interesting?
There were definitely a few, but with Heidi Klum, I know that she always every year comes out with huge like iconic things. I know one year she was a worm, just things like that. She really does a great job at making super unique costumes. So
she did not disappoint.
Yeah, never does.
And also I think one last costume. Oh.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. For more Good Morning Longhorns, throughout the week you can follow us on Instagram at Good Morning Longhorns. I'm Macy Smith.
And I'm Hallie Diamond. From all of us here at Good Morning Longhorns, have a wonderful Wednesday, and our team will see you back here next week.